Welcome to Friendly Talk Podcast, sponsored by Scherzo and Harry.
Shout out to Scherzo and the whole Scherzo gang. You heard?
Gang, Scherzo official exclusive. So I had a spot the other day. We're just gonna jump right into it because I'm a little creeped out. I had a show at the Stand. So this guy's been following me for years on Instagram. I'm talking about like 7 years.
Oh wow!
Like before I started doing comedy, he was following me.
Oh wow!
And he always like DMs me and blah, 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 but he DMs me like often, like every like couple weeks, and I don't answer for years. And I just never blocked him. So I was like, he's not bad enough for me to block, and I just keep him there, like whatever. So on Saturday, I posted an old photo of me at the Stand, and I put, I will be at the Stand tomorrow, pull up. Didn't put what time, didn't put what show, didn't put upstairs, downstairs, nothing. Just put, I just want to post on my story, keep the algorithming. And so I'm at the Stand, and I see him in the audience, and I was like, is that him, or am I being right. paranoid? Because like a few days before that, he kept DMing me to like collab on something, and I had told my friend Perry, I was God. If I ever go missing, it's this man. And then all of a sudden, he's at the fucking Stand. Mind you, there was like 3 or 4 shows that night, so it's like, how do you even know which one I was on? Did you just go to the Stand and like wait?
Yeah, he did.
So I saw him in the corner of my eye, and I was like, I'm being paranoid, it's not him. The second I got off stage, I grabbed my bag and I left. I'm on the train, and I get a DM from him, and it's like, you left so fast, where I came to see you, and I brought you gifts.
Oh, that's scary.
And I was like, LOL, my husband was outside.
Right.
Like, just to like, and he didn't say, he was like, okay, cool.
Next time, like, my husband was wanted for murder is outside.
He DM'd me again after that. I was like, where's your next show? And I was like, I don't have any coming up.
I quit comedy than that night.
So I'm like, now I can't put on my story whenever I'm gonna have a show.
No, oh damn! But you gotta let your fans know.
But that's the thing, like the part that I'm concerned about is that he didn't do anything to me. He didn't say anything out of bounds. He was just, you know what I'm saying? So like, am I being a bitch by assuming hostility and creepiness from him when he didn't really do anything to warrant that
not yet
vibe? But it's like, not yet. That's the thing. And
as a woman, do you want to wait until he does?
Because it's like, why didn't you just tell me you were coming? You know what I'm like?
Word.
Why? And he came by himself, and you're like, where do you even live?
Like, you came dolo with gifts. Is given.
And I went through his page a little bit. I'm like, he lives in like Arizona or something.
So he flew up.
I don't know. I really don't know. But I was like, it just gave me the creepy vibes, and I was like, I'm gonna head out.
I have people who they've been following me, and they DM me like, oh, I pull up to the show. You were funny. I'm like, why didn't you say nothing? Like, oh.
But it's like, there's also people who really just like comedy and go to shows. And like, that's fine.
But we know the difference between a creep and a fan. And sometimes, the lines are blurred.
So that's why I'm like, I definitely understand why celebrities roll around with 10 security guards. Because I'm not a celebrity at all. And I have weird people coming to my shows.
For real,
What's the craziest thing you've ever done? Like, to a guy?
The craziest thing I've ever done. Oh my God. And every black man that hears this story, I'm going to get so many death threats. Okay, so I had a boyfriend, and he didn't even break up with me. He just started posting pictures with another bitch on his Instagram.
Oh, wow, okay.
Didn't even have the audacity to talk to me directly. I gave him, I said, hey, come get your shit. He had about, I want to say 9 pairs of Jordans in my apartment. I said, come get your shit, come get your shit, come get your shit. I gave him 30 days. 30 days to come get his shit, and he didn't come get his sneakers. Just kept posting a bitch. So I donated all 9 pairs to the homeless. Now I don't know if you know this about black men, but Jordans, baby.
I am not a black man, and if someone gave away my Jordans, I'd kill them.
But if you gave them 30, if they kept for 30 days that kept saying, "Come get your shit, come get your shit, come get your shit,"
he's wrong.
And especially when you post another bitch, it's like you're taunting me at this point.
You should have done it even without the warning.
I gave him 30 days because I googled. Cause I didn't want to get in trouble like legally, like because Jordans that can be a felony because as much as they cost.
If you add them all up,
I can be charged with like like whatever the fuck. So I gave him his 30 days. I looked it up. I'm like, okay, you have to get someone 30 days notice, and then after that, so I gave it in text, so it's written. Girl, I had to get a restraining order on him.
Oh my God, he went crazy.
He went fucking nuts. But I'm like, but I don't understand. So you thought, are you gonna use me as your storage as you fuck this bitch on the internet? I was thoroughly confused.
Yeah.
You're posting this bitch. I asked you for 30 days to come get your shit. You didn't come, and it's not like I just burned it. I gave it to the homeless. They need shoes too.
They probably sold it.
The homeless, if they were smart. And them shits was crisp. Them shits was fresh out the box,
So
you heard?
who would like? Did he just randomly started posing with another woman?
Yes.
Bruh.
We had an argument and he wasn't like answering. I'm like, okay. I go on the gram. I'm seeing him. He ODing. Like he taking a picture of her butt right here. He biting the shit. You know that
Not the booty biting photo.
It wasn't even a selfie. He over here like on that bitch butt.
Not the booty biting photo.
I'm like, nah.
After one argument.
How long were you dating? Mind you, he was an abusive boyfriend. So he had like put his hands on me a couple times too, and like it was crazy. But I stuck it out because I was a dumb bitch at the time. I was the dumbest bitch, in fact.
We all been there.
Yeah.
Some of us are currently still there.
Yeah, I outgrew it. But so he was a terrible boyfriend to begin with.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy. This is how fucked up I was. The hitting didn't do it for me. Him slapping me around didn't make me leave. It was the ass on Instagram. I'm over here with a black eye like, oh, you want to bite bitch's ass? Bitch, the black eye should have been what did it. Not the fat ass.
You know, it's funny because like I always find it so funny. Like, what's a woman's like straw that broke a camel's back? And you're like, he did this to me, and he did that,
right.
He did this, but then he didn't take me to Starbucks, and I fucking broke up with it because I've had enough. And you're like, that's why you left.
Her shit was fat. Okay.
Was she fat or was just the ass fat? Or could you not tell?
No, it was her ass. I don't know if it was real or not, but the shit was sitting nicely.
You want to talk about offensive bullshit? Me and my husband got a divorce, and 2 months later he's married.
Oh, so she was on the back burner.
No, he just was like, I'm gonna get me another one.
Really? You sure she wasn't waiting?
I'm positive.
Damn.
He was like, I'm gonna go get me another one. Fuck that bitch. About me.
I love how men can just new bitch.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
new wife.
New
wife who this?
New wife.
Now new wife who this? Now he hit you with the new wife who my nigga hit me with the new ass who this?
I got new wife who this.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But that was the craziest thing I ever did. But at the time I still don't think it's crazy because I gave you fair warning. So.
Yeah. You know, the thing about the thing I hate most about myself is that I'm all bark and no bite. I'll make threats. I'll make crazy. I'll make the craziest threats. I'll be like, I'm gonna set your house on fire. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna break all your. And I don't be doing nothing.
I don't even. When was the last time I got in an argument? I don't even be arguing with nobody no more.
I don't be doing nothing.
I'm like, oh, okay. I just make it to the stage. I'm like, I'm gonna have 30,000 niggas laughing at you. You wanna get crazy? I'm about to write the funniest shit about your ass. Go on tour with famous niggas talking about you.
Yeah.
That's my get back.
Yeah. Cause they be haters too.
That's my get back. Somebody's son pissed me off. Joke. I'm opening Netflix with this shit.
You know, it's funny because my brother, who's currently in jail, BT Dubs.
Yes, okay. Just brother in jail. You sure you're not black? But go ahead.
Shit, maybe my mom, maybe half. I don't know. Mom.
Right.
And he was always in and out of jail his whole life, in and out of rehab, always very troubled. It's a very public thing. Like, everyone knows that my brother doesn't hide it. We don't hide it. Like, we try to help him, whatever. And then he got married. He cleaned himself up. He got married, had a kid. Yeah. Until he relapsed and went back to jail. But that's besides the point. But in the meantime, I posted a joke once, a clip about my brother used to be in prison and he still got married before I did. And apparently my brother's wife's dad saw the clip on TikTok and never knew that my brother was in jail, and it became like a whole thing.
Oh my God.
And I was like, that's not my fault that you lied to your parents that you married a jailbird.
Yeah.
Like, it became like this whole thing, and it was like, oh, Nina's just joking. And I'm like, bro, if you just Google my brother's name, like, shit pops up. Like,
oh, wow.
So like talking about like people like posting shit and getting in trouble for it. I'm like, I be telling on people by accident from my jokes.
I remember my grandmother.
My grandma got mad once because I made a joke about her, about how she hates me. I'm like, bitch, you hate me. Why are you so mad?
But they don't. They have. My thing is, first of all, we're not a famous family. Like, no one is like, oh, I know Nina grandma. Like,
see, the bitch lives in Milwaukee.
Yeah, like
she lived in Palestine most of her life. Like, no one knows who you are. I just posted that like my grandma was disappointed that I'm still not married, and I was like, I'm disappointed she's not dead yet.
My grandmother
and she
was a bitch.
had like, it became a whole thing. I'm like, why is everyone obsessed with my jokes? Leave me. If y'all want to talk about me, get an open mic, go post your
write some jokes
about me, shit talk me, and post them on your social media. Be my guest.
That's
but don't
it.
come for me for what I decide to say on stage. It's about my life. I'm talking about my experiences. I'm allowed to say whatever I want.
My mother got pissed at a joke one time, and she was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Well, Ma, that happened."
Yeah. I'm like, you hate me though.
And I found the humor in it. That was,
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me because you was fucking with drug dealers.
Yeah, I'd be like, but you hate me though. So where's the lie?
Right.
Where's the lie is where you're just mad that I said I wish you die. I don't really wish you die. It was a joke.
It was a joke. My grandmother, one time, this is when I was on BT, and my grandmother was bragging or whatever. She was like, "Oh, I have two grandkids on TV." I'm like, my cousin that was on the news for shooting, like. Worse to my mother, I had to cut my mother's sister's son, and he's gonna gag when he sees this. My mother's sister's son was locked, had gotten in trouble with some drug shit in Jersey, and we made it to the news, and she had the audacity to put me and him in the same. Oh yes, I have 2 grandbaby on TV. Yeah, I'm like, I had to write jokes.
I have just been.
Son, that shit pissed me off. It was just so like condescending to my accomplishments.
Yeah.
I'm like, this fucking chicken head.
Or like when my mom will be like, you give me the most stress. I said, honey, your son is in prison.
Yeah.
How I give you more stress than he does? What the fuck are you talking about?
Nuts. Family is the worst. I forgot who I was talking to the other day. They was like, family is just like you're just born to strangers and you have to get to know them. You're like,
and you're forced to like,
you're forced to be around them. And you're like, you're a fucking cornball. You're a weirdo. You're this. You're that.
You need therapy. You're a schizophrenic.
I have 2, maybe 3 cousins I actually bang with.
Yeah.
The rest of them could sincerely kiss my ass.
But you know what? When we make it, like really make it, I'm like, oh, that's my cousin.
Oh, baby.
That's my cousin. I know her.
They gonna be like, oh, girl.
You know how many people that I don't talk to other than like once every few years hit me up? Oh, Dave's in my town. You think you could get me on the? You could get me some tickets? No.
Girl, I remember when my father died in 2022. His niece hit me up. She was like, oh, that man, the man that gave you that name, that last name you running around with on stage died. As if I don't have rights to my. I'm like,
I didn't write my own birth certificate when I was 1 day old, bitch.
That man's last name you running around with, as if
it's like a
stage name. Like, Evans is on my birth certificate. Like,
it's not your fault. You can't do anything about that.
Word. Fucking, I'm related to the most. If you see a corny nigga on the street, most likely that's my cousin.
That makes 2 of us.
If you see a corny nigga or a corny female on the street, that's my family.
On that note, thank you guys for watching.
Oh shit, we gotta do the awesome shit.
We'll do it after this. I love you guys. Bye.
All right, bye.